Yeah.
Okay, what's this say? Fewer than a quarter homes listed for sale nationwide qualified as affordable for the typical U.S. household. The
Yep.
median family income of Americans is now only enough to afford the median priced home in 1/3 of the country. And many metropolitan areas have median family incomes that can't even cover the median price home. NAR predicts that this lack of affordability will have a negative impact on the housing market. Wrong. The problem is there's no inventory and it fits the number of buyers that are out there right now.
When he zooms in, it looks like I didn't do my hair today. Put them backwards. Look like a fool. Here's the thing. For a long time, when rates were low and incomes were going up, everything became so affordable. They do that index, right? The index was probably the best it's been in 50 years. Now that rates are going up and the income is kind of sitting there and kind of trickling up a little bit, the interest rates are exceeding the income. So that's what they're talking about, the correction, because they usually coincide pretty closely together because people can't afford the payments. They're not going to buy the houses. Well, the good news is for those stats, the houses aren't for sale anyway. So it's not like we're sitting there with 50,000 houses on the market. So there's an oversaturation, which brings values down. We're actually seeing less houses for sale. And so it's keeping prices high. And then with inflation, it is what it is. I mean, until that gets under control, which it sounds like it's kind of getting there, then that slows down a little bit. Then the houses will stop appreciating as much, but it doesn't mean they're going to depreciate.
I got a bunch of goodies coming on, kind of in that anywhere from, let's see, 475 to 750. It's 7 of them that are coming on in the next week, maybe 2 weeks. Getting ready for the blur because that's what it is out there in that price point too.
Yeah, when you get that busy, man, it's fun. I'm a little weird, but I love to be just slammed. I mean, just go, 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 go. I just love that.
So I think even with this housing affordability hitting a historic low, it's not really affecting the market. It really isn't. Oh, what do we got here for this chart?
This is showing affordability. It's contradicting what you're saying.
Affordability is not there, but thank goodness. I mean, if inventory changes, the market will change. That's the fact. Once that happens, but
for the listener that's not really paying 100% attention to all the rags out there or news or whatever you want to call it, for me, I see actually like a housing, I don't say the word prison, but let's call it like there's an encaged amount of people, like 40% of people that have mortgages or more, I think it's close to 50%, have interest rates of below 3%. So that means they have extremely low payments. So then they say, boy, Chris, why don't you go out and show us a couple new houses? We're living in a $500,000 house. We might want to go look at $1 million house. And then their payment goes from $3,000 a month to $7,000 a month. And they go, whoa, we didn't know it was that big of a step. So now that move-up buyer freezes in their tracks, stays put. We have the same thing happening with the retirement age people where they live in a 4,000 square foot house. And let's say it's worth 550, 600,000. And then they go out and sit during the parade and they start shopping one level slab on grade ramblers because that's what every person thinks they need, and they're detached, they're great. All of a sudden, that house is $580,000 by the time they load it up with everything they want, and they go, "We're going to put 30 grand in our pocket and switch houses," and now we're in a smaller house. That that's the glut, and that's your baby boomers. So you got baby boomers struggling, and I think what they're doing is they're taking their money and going to Florida and Texas and Arizona, and they're buying places down there. Or I even have a lot of my retired couples now going where there's less tax burden, so they're moving to where they can experience less taxation. And I'm telling you, I think the country's is going to, with some of the crazy stuff they're talking about, you'll see more and more and more of that. I think you're going to see Minnesota split in half. There's going to be North Minnesota and South Minnesota.